Those who are late are late. Got it. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Pasyatya Desatarine. जय ओम जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, Hare Krishna. Welcome back. Apologies for the cancellation last week, but we are back on track. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, chapter number 12, and text number maybe I think 7 is where we are supposed to pick up. So what has happened so far? And we welcome Trisha to our morning session. Hopefully, this 1 hour is value add to you. And whether it is value add or not, we will find out next week. If you do come back, that means we have added value. If you do not come back, that means we have removed value from your 1 hour. So test will be next time. Anusha is freezing because she's sitting next to the heater. Looks like Melbourne is 13 degrees. So am I. I've got my jacket on. All of you have jacket on. Welcome to winter, except for Yatin, who is a strong boy, not feeling cold, and maybe Navhov as well. Okay, where is Anay? Because he told me that he doesn't want to miss.
He just recovered, Prabhuji, so looks like.
Recovered from what?
Recovered from, I think, a week's sickness or something.
Ah, he was up and running 2 days ago. I saw him somewhere.
Yeah, probably would.
Maybe just ping Mataji,
I'll do
because
that. Yes, I'm calling
he was not happy for me to cancel last week's session. And he tells his mummy to put 5 alarm clocks so that the mummy can wake up.
Oh my
And
God.
then she can wake him up because they've got late Bhakti Vrikshas on Friday. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So far, till the week before last, Shreya, you were saying something? You were muted.
Sorry, I was talking to my mom.
Okay. So the week before last, we saw about Sarga, and then last week we started seeing about Visarga. What is Sarga? Vaidehi.
Sarga.
Sarga is the breakfast that we normally have on Saturday mornings. Is that Sarga?
No.
Made up of, Uttapam and
Babuji, can I say what Sarga is?
Sarga is Uttapam and then
Babuji,
idli chutney combined together. Morning breakfast is Sarga. Yes, Shreya, you are
Babuji,
bubbling to go.
Sarga.
Hang on, Yatin. I didn't take your name. Shreya is bubbling to go. Then you tell me about Visarga, Yatin.
Prabhuji, is Sarga the one that is created directly by the Lord?
Yeah, Sarga is, and what's the synonym for Sarga? English.
Okay.
Huh?
Primary creation.
Primary. Yatin, what is Visarga?
Babuji, I think so. We Sarga is secondary creation.
Created by who?
Brahma.
Correct. Very good. So Sarga, we have been looking, and what were some of the things that we saw in Sarga? Mainly, the creation of time. Maitreya Muni told us. Then the creation of Brahma himself was, in the Sarga. The creation of multiple ingredients, which is the Mahat Tattva, we saw all that. Now then we start seeing Visarga from last week. Now don't say until I take your name. What are some of Sarga we saw last week, Tanvik?
We saw the Visarga. You were talking about Visarga?
Yes. What were the some of the Visarga created last week by Brahma?
Mohan, Tama.
Very good.
Mohan, and the Tamishram and Tamishram.
Very good. And you combine the 5 together, what do you call them? What happened to Gaurangi? Disappeared.
Agnana Vritti.
Ajnana Vritti. Very good boy. 5 Ajnana Vrittis. Yeah, who knows this verse? Sasa Jangre Andatamishram.
I practice it.
Yes, Tanvi, go ahead. Wait up and do Gorangi in the meantime. Yes, go on. Oh, Gorangi, I can see you now.
Sajagrayam Atatamishramadikrit Mahamoham cha Moham cha Tamaschagnana Vittayaha.
Very good. Anybody else who will end this verse? Gorangi, you did.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, go ahead. Sasa Jangre.
Sasajangre Datamishram Namasyagna Sasajangre Datamishram Atatamishramadikrit Mahamoham Shtamoham cha Tamaschagnana Vrittaya.
How many of you don't know this verse by heart? It's fine if you don't know, no problems at all. But how many of you don't know? Okay. You know, I'm not good at giving you too many verses to memorize, yeah? This is the only verse that I requested you. So, spend another 2 weeks and get this verse in your mind, yeah? If you can. If you don't want to, that's fine as well. No force. But I don't give you too many verses. But this one I want you to. Why? Because it will come in the quiz. And then you can score 3 marks for your team. So just because I want your team to win, you can memorize this verse. But don't think that somebody from the team will memorize it and you'll be okay. A teamwork, yeah, which is good, but still do it. Okay. So the first thing that Brahma created was the Ajnana Virtis, the 5 Ajnana Virtis. Sasa Jangre Andhata Mishram Adikrit, Moham cha, and then Tattamascha Ajnana Virtai. So 5 Ajnana Virtis. And what was the Brahma's mood after this creation? I said, remember the word starting with D. Who remembers that?
Depressed?
Close. Close. I told you to remember the D's. Brahma's mood, depressed, close, yeah.
Displeased.
Displeased, Tanvi, very good. So Brahma was displeased. Why was he displeased? Because who wants to create ignorance, yeah? We all want to give knowledge, not ignorance. So because Brahma gave ignorance, Brahma was displeased. Chaitanya and Chaitanya's sister, what's your name? No, Chaitanya. Huh?
Radhya.
Say it again slowly.
Radhya.
Okay, I'm
Radhya, Radhya.
Radhya. Okay, so Radhya and Chaitanya, I know. There's some, and Trisha is, of course, new. Who else is new today?
There's Babita something. I think I just want to know the real name. Is that your real name?
Babita, I'm the mother, but my daughter, Trisha and Anya, are the new.
Anya. Okay, Trisha's sister, elder sister, I think.
Okay,
No,
Trisha.
no, she's the youngest one. She's the younger
okay.
one.
Okay. If you can change your name on Zoom.
Yeah, I
Okay,
just
Anya.
did.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, Anya.
And Tulsi Priya is also new. Okay, a lot of new faces. Okay, we'll work it out as we go, yeah? Okay, so Brahma, when he created the 5 Ajnana Virtis, he was not happy, he was displeased. Why? Because as devotees, of course, we don't want to create ignorance, we want to create knowledge. So he was, and then after that, what did Brahma create? Anusha. Oh, that's not a heater, that's a table actually that you are sitting next to. Anusha, what did you create? Oh, what did you create? What did Brahma create? Second thing.
Anish,
Huh? Don't know?
I'm not sure.
Who remembers? What did Brahma create? Second thing that we...
Prabhuji.
Yes?
He felt displeased. It took Kumara.
Oh, very good, very good. Zarna Mataji, if you can change Chaitanya's name to
Radhya.
Chaitanya
Yeah,
and
I'll
Radha
put it.
together. So very good, Radhya. So he created the 4 Kumaras. Why did he create the 4 Kumaras, Ronit?
Prabhuji, I was gonna see what else he made.
No, not what else he made. Abhiyuk, why did he create the 4 Kumaras?
So that they could expand the universe.
No, yes, true, that is secondary, but what's the primary reason? That's the secondary reason. What's the primary reason?
Knowledge.
Oh, Aradhya, you are a champ. Were you there last week? Was it not
Yes.
there? Oh, wow. She is so good. She remembers everything. Because the Brahma created ignorance, he was displeased. Welcome back, Anay. And then he created the 4 Kumaras so that he can counteract all the ignorance that he created. We discussed all this in so much detail. How can you forget? And only Radhya remembers all this. To the point that I even told you it will come in quiz. So remember one more time. He created ignorance. He was displeased. He created the four Kumaras to counteract the ignorance because the four Kumaras are knowledge personified. Secondary reason is, of course, Brahma has got the job of progeny, to create human beings and other living species. So that's what he wants the four Kumaras to
Prabhuji,
create. One second. So, because now you capture what I'm saying, yeah, for the benefit of others, and then ask your question. So then he created the knowledge so that he can counteract the ignorance. That's why he created. Of course, he wanted the four Kumaras also to create progeny, to create children. But the four Kumaras said no. Why? Because they wanted to save the Lord with being a brahmachari, being a single person rather than getting married. What, Tanvik, I'll come back to you. What was Brahma's mood now when the children didn't obey his instructions of progeny starting with D? Shreya.
I forgot.
Disrespected. Some of you speak, although I don't take your name. Try to raise your hand, yeah. And speak when I take your name because I want holistic coverage. Yeah. So then he was disrespected because, and we talked about this a lot. How do our parents think when we disrespect them? Sometimes we talk to them not so very nicely. Sometimes we say mommy, sometimes we say mommy, like that. So, they feel disrespected by the children like that. So then Brahma has created two things now. Yeah. Ignorance, displaced, knowledge, disrespected. Now we'll see what Brahma creates. But before that, Tanvik, what was your point?
Prabhuji, my point was that the four Kumaras represent and sympathize knowledge.
Yes. Okay. Ronit?
When he created ignorance, he created self-deception,
Yes.
sense of death, anger after frustration, the sense of false ownership, illusory bodily conception, and forgetfulness from one's real identity.
Very good. Are you reading or are you telling me?
I took notes.
Okay, very good. Yeah. So he's creating all those, the English translation. Let's see what Brahma creates today. Text number 7. Going, you're too far. Yatin. Text number 7. Those who have joined late, we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, chapter number 12, text number 7. Can you read text number 7?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Before you go for your cricket. Oh, there is no cricket today, it's raining.
Prabhuji, which text?
Text number 7.
Okay. Great. So, although he tried to curb his anger, it came out from between his eyebrows, and a child of mixed blue and red was immediately generated.
Ronit, why was Brahma angry?
Prabhuji, which chapter?
Okay, last time, yeah. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, which comes after Canto 2, before Canto 4. Okay, so that's Canto 3. Chapter number 12, which comes after chapter number 11, before chapter number 13.
Yeah,
Text number 7, which comes
Mm.
after text number 6 and before text number 8. So 3.12.7.
Yep.
Clear? Everybody's on the same page? Okay. So, why was Brahma Yes. Don't ask me where we are reading. Don't ask me where we are reading.
You asked me to tell the answers.
Yes, tell the answer. Why is Brahma angry?
Because I think because the four Kumaras refused to marry and create progeny.
Very good, Ronit. So Brahma is slightly angry. But when he is angry, what did Brahma do? He tried to control his anger. He tried to curb his anger. Trust me, there will be a lot of quizzes in chapter number 12. Yeah, a lot of quiz question to the point that I'm thinking of giving you a quiz on chapter number 12 itself. And did we do quiz up till 11 last time? Did we? Yeah, we did till 11. So I might give you a quiz on chapter number 12 only. So make as many notes as you want. So Brahma is angry because the four Kumaras did not follow his instructions, but he tried to curb his anger, Maitreya Muni tells us, yeah? And out of his anger curbing endeavor comes what? Another child is born. This is Brahma's third creation. What is Brahma's third creation? A child mixed blue and red was immediately.
That will be Lord Shiva.
Don't never go ahead of Maitreya Muni. Yeah, keep this in mind as well. Never ever go ahead of Maitreya Muni. Try to go with Maitreya Muni, even if you know the answers in the future, because it kind of spoils the mood of Bhagavatam. Yeah, it is disrespectful to go ahead of the Acharya. So go with Maitreya Muni's phase. What has Maitreya Muni created? Because I would like you to remember things that Maitreya Muni has already said, which you are struggling to remember and recall a week before. So there's no point to go week ahead or days ahead, yeah, or the ways ahead. So Maitreya Muni created out of his, Brahma created out of his anger, a child mixed with blue and red was immediately generated. So just know this. Brahma's third creation is what? A child. And that too out of his frustration. Who is this child? Let's find out from Bhagavatam. Next text, 8, Anusha.
Yes, ma'am. After his birth, he began to cry, "O destiny maker, teacher of the universe, kindly destinate my name and place."
Who spoke this, Anusha? Who spoke this verse?
Rama, I think.
Rama? Brahma? Did you say? Now raise your hand if you know who spoke this verse.
So
Only one hand is up, Shreya.
is it the child?
It is the child. It says there. Now, after his birth, he began to cry. The child was born. So, see, I want you to focus on these kind of things rather than jumping ahead or going backwards. Yeah. So, after his birth, the child began to cry. And what did the child say? Kindly designate my name, Nama Sanskar. Tell me my name, my and my place. So, two things he asked. How is the child able to speak on his birth? Don't ask me that question. But how is he crying? That we can answer, because everybody who is born cries, yeah, on their birth. But this child is, of course, extraordinary. So he's able to speak. What are the two things he's asked? What is my name and what is my place? Just like us now, when we go somewhere on holidays, then we ask our parents, which hotel are we living in? Are we living in MVT or are we living in Melbourne apartment? Are we living in this hotel or that hotel? So we want to know the place and the name, yeah? So like that, which name and which place? Text number 9. Abhit?
The all-powerful Brahma, who was born from a lotus flower, pacified the boy with gentle words, accepting his request, and said, "Do not cry. I shall certainly do as you desire."
So Brahma said to Shiva, I will do as you desire. What was his desire, Abhit?
To know his name and place.
To know his name and place. Very good, boy. Text number 10. Who else is there? Pratham?
Thereafter, Brahma said, O chief of the demigods, you shall be called by the name Rudra by all people because you have so anxiously cried.
Okay, now we come to what Tanvik was trying to say, that his name, the child's name is Rudra, and Rudra is synonym to Lord Shiva. So who created Lord Shiva?
Brahma.
Brahma. In Leela, in Tattva, Lord Shiva, and we'll talk about this later, but just know this, that it is correct to say that Brahma created Shiva, but Shiva is actually not created by Brahma in one sense, because Shiva has got his own Tattva. He's created by Lord Krishna himself directly. So there is Tattva, there is Leela. Tattva means philosophy or Siddhanta, and Leela means pastimes. Yeah. So in the pastime, Shiva is created by Brahma. But in Siddhanta, in actual reality, Shiva is created by Krishna. Just as, answer me this question. Did Mother Yashoda create Krishna? Or Krishna create Mother Yashoda?
Krishna created. No.
Krishna created.
No, but like, how did? Okay.
In Tattva, Krishna created Mother Yashoda, and in Leela, Mother Yashoda. Yeah, created Krishna.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah, see, so he captured what I was trying to say. Good of you. You've captured many things today that I'm trying to say. So in Tattva, Krishna creates Mother Yashoda, because that's the reality. But in Leela, Mother Yashoda creates Krishna, because Krishna is born of Mother Yashoda. But Krishna was already existing before Mother Yashoda was even born. Do you know what I mean? But Krishna then took birth from another. So both is true. It just depends which dimension you want to look at it from. Yeah. So similar example to Shiva. Shiva is created by Brahma, but Shiva is also not created by Brahma because he is created by Krishna. So his name is Rudra or Shiva. Ronit.
Prabhuji,
Yes. Ronit.
I had a question because if Brahma wanted to create progeny, does Shiva create progeny?
We'll find that out. Now we'll let Maitrimuni answer that. We'll find whether Shiva creates progeny or not. Yatin, don't raise your virtual hand. Yeah. If you do, then the cameras move.
Prabhuji, what is it? Tattva and what is it?
Tattva is like in reality, in Siddhanta, in
What's the
philosophy.
Leela? What's the Leela one?
Leela is pastimes, na? Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's Leela.
No, Prabhuji,
Leela,
Prabhuji, it's like Tattva is philosophy, then what's the other one?
Leela is pastime.
Okay.
Okay, so his name is Rudra. Let's go. My text number 11. Ane?
11. My dear boy, I've already selected the following places for your residence: the heart, the senses, the air of life, the sky, the air, the fire, the water, the earth, the sun, the moon, and austerity.
Okay, so his two questions are answered. What is his name? Rudra. Where he's going to place of residence? So many places Brahma says. He will live in the heart. Let's count. Heart 1, senses 2, air of life 3, sky 4, the air 5, fire 6, water 7, earth 8, sun 9, moon 10, and austerity 11. So 11 places where Brahma said, Rudra, you can recite. I'm going to ask you all these 11 in the exam. So please memorize them. I am just joking. I'm not going to ask you this kind of, you know me by now, yeah? I'm not going to ask you things like this. I might ask you, how many places did Brahma give Shiva to reside in? That I can ask. And you have to remember 11.
I
But I'm
know
not
one.
going, but I'm not going to ask you what are the 11 because to me that is not necessary to memorize. Now. But 11, we know why 11 because we know also later on we'll find out that there are 11 Rudras. You will hear lecturer saying it. There are 11 Rudras. So therefore, the 11 Rudras have got 11 places like that. Shreya?
There's 12.
12 Rudras?
Yeah, there's
Or,
12.
or in your counting there is 12?
No, there's like the heart, the senses, the air of life, the sky, the air, the fire, the water, the earth, the sun. Oh, never mind.
11, okay. That's okay. You have created one more Rudra. Also remember without even counting that people will say, you'll hear lecturer saying that there are 11 Rudras, 11 Rudras, and 11 Rudras had 11 places to live. Let's see what else Maitrimuni says. Text number 12. Should you want to read? But don't memorize the 11 Rudras, 11 places. You don't need to know that. Just remember number 11. That's all. Read next one.
Lord Brahma, my dear boy Rudra, you have 11 other names: Manu, Mahinasa, Mahan, Shiva, Tadvaja, Ugrareta, Bhava, Kala, Vamadeva, and Ritavrita.
Oh, pretty good. Good reading. Thank you. So, how many names he had? 11 names only. What if he had 10 names? It will not work, yeah? There will be one missing and he can't have 13 names. So, he had 11 names. So, 11 Rudras, 11 places of residence, 11 names. Clear? So far, 11 Rudras, 11 places of residence, 11 names. Text number 13. So, we are 11 names or 12 names? How did you count?
No, but like including Rudra, would that be 12?
You can say Rudra is like an umbrella, Like Shreya has got, let's say, you can say Shreya, and then she has got 11 names like Chinku, Pinku, Tinku, Minku, something like that, 11 names, whatever your mommy calls you like that. So different names. Okay, text number 13. Who is not read? Rudransh. We're talking about Rudra now. See, so Rudransh Uvacha now.
O Rudra, you also have 11 wives called the Rudranas, and they are followers: Dhi, Dhriti, Rasla, Uma, Nityu, Salpa, Lila, Adiga, Devata, Salva, and Diksha.
So 11 wives, 11 Rudras, 11 names, 11 places of residence, and 11 wives, which I'll call. What are the wives of Rudras called? If you can remember the Sanskrit as well, Rudra Ranis. Rani means queen, Rudra means Rudra. So the queens of Rudra are called Rudra Ranis. 11 Rudras, 11 names, 11 places of residence, 11 wives. Everything today is in 11. Text number 14. Who's reading now? Tanvik?
Prabhuji,
Yes, Ronit, go ahead.
there's one more 11. It said Rudra will reside in 11 places on the 11th verse.
Yeah. So I said now 11 Rudras, 11 residents, 11 wives, 11 names.
And also on the 11th verse, it said that.
Oh, yeah, that's a good pick. In the 11 verses, he says he will reside in the 11 places. Yeah, very good, Ronit. I like that discovery.
11 verses means?
Shlokas, shloka.
So, but which 11 verses?
Verse number 11 in chapter number 12, it says there will be 11 places. It happens to be in verse, text number 11.
Oh, so do we all have to write that down?
No. You don't have to write down 11. No. Okay, next one, 14. Who wants to read? Ronit, you were supposed to read.
I read.
Yes, read.
Yes. Lord Brahma. Oh, sorry. Oh, Rudra, you also. Oh, sorry. My dear boy, you may now accept all the names and places designated for you and your different wives. And since you are now one of the masters of the living entities, you may increase the population on a large scale.
Okay, now we answer Ronit's question. Ronit, what was Ronit's? I think it was Ronit who also answered the question. Did Brahma ask Shiva
Yes,
to progenate?
create
And now, text number 14, Maitreya Muni answers your heart's desire. Your questions are answered now. What did Brahma say to Rudras? After giving them the name, place, and all those things, married and all that, Brahma immediately got them married. Not that they were babies. They are all extraordinary personalities. So they took birth, they were crying, they grew up, they are married. Brahma said, now go and do progeny. Progeny means what? Population. Go and increase the population in the world. What did Brahma say to the four Kumaras?
he
Create the progeny.
Increase the progeny. What did the four Kumaras say?
No.
We are not getting married. Full stop. No, married is too much trouble life. We are not getting married. So Brahma was disrespected. What did Brahma say to the Rudras?
Go create progeny.
Go create progeny. Will the Rudras create progeny or not?
Yeah.
We will find out. Let Maitreya Muni answer that question. Will they or will they not? Oh, don't go ahead. Will they or will they not? Let Maitreya Muni answer that question. Text number. But you are following the storyline, yeah? Brahma has said to the Rudras after the naming and all those things, go and create progeny. Let's see how Rudra responds. Text number 15. Navav. Jalna Mataji, if you can call Navav's name as well to both brothers.
Prabhuji, Nabhav, and what is the other?
Navav, what's your brother's name?
Dhruv.
Dhruv and Navav. Dhruv and Navav.
I'll change.
Yeah.
The most powerful Rudra, whose bodily color was blue mixed with red, created many offsprings, exactly resembling him in features, strength, and furious nature.
So, Lord Shiva, Rudra has gone and created many offspring. Offspring means what? Children. He has created many offspring. What do you think Brahma will be feeling now? Happy or sad?
Happy.
Yeah? Happy? Avik has got the big grin on his face. Happy? Hold your horse. We don't know. We think he will be happy. It's a good conjecture. But will he actually be happy? We don't know. Yeah, we'll find out later. Let's go. Text number. So, but what we do know in reality is that Shiva has created progeny. Whatever father said, he did it. 16. Dhruv?
The sons and grandsons generated by Rudra were unlimited in number, and when they assembled together, they attempted to devour the entire universe. When Brahma, the father of the living entities, saw this, he became afraid of the situation.
Okay, what did we guess? Brahma will be happy. But before we figure out how Brahma is actually feeling, let's just break this down. The sons and grandsons generated by Rudra. So Rudra has created sons and also grandsons now. You know, his children have got married and they have created grandsons, which are the great sons of Brahma. So much other generation has now come in so quick time, yeah. And they were unlimited in number. The four Kumaras created no children at all, but the Rudras have created unlimited children. And we think Brahma would be happy. And when they assembled together, they attempted to devour the entire universe. The Rudras wanted to destroy everything. When Brahma, the father of the living entity, saw this, what does this mean? Trisha, what does this mean? When he saw this, what does this mean to you?
When he saw like all of the Rudras wanting to like destroy the universe.
Very good. When he saw that Rudra has created many progeny and they are trying to destroy the universe, when he saw this, he became afraid of the situation. Okay, I'm going to give you another D for afraid of the situation. What was the first D for ignorance? Displeased.
Displeased.
What was the second D for the four Kumaras?
Disrespected.
Disrespected. Now let's turn this afraid of the situation into another D. And Brahma felt disturbed. So when he created Rudras and Rudras created progeny, Brahma
Distress.
disturbed. Just remember the word disturbed. So he felt disturbed. Why disturbed? Because the whole creation was under danger. Whole creation was under danger. The things will be disturbed now. He wanted a nice family. Somebody has come and disturbed the family, and which is Rudra himself. So Brahma is happy because Rudra is creating, but Brahma is disturbed because it's the not a good progeny. You can put it this way. No? Sometimes children born are good, like all of you. Sometimes some children born are not very good. No? And you see them in school, with all due respect to them. So the parents are disturbed that why my son is so violent in nature. Now, all of you are good sons because you are all children of Vaikuntha. Prabhupada said the devotee children are children of Vaikuntha. Look at Aradhya and a nice tilak on the face. No, all devotee children. Who else has got tilak? Yeah, Ronit has got tilak. Anushar has got tilak. Wearing tilak is nice, yeah?
Prabhuji, you've got tilak.
I have got tilak. I have to because I'm preaching. I don't have a choice. But if I have a choice, then I put on the tilak or not is, then it's the real judgment. So put on your tilak. My Guru Maharaj said once that, he had just come out of the shower. That time he was in Fiji only. He was in shower. He came out of the bathroom and there was only one bathroom and my Guru Mata wanted to also go and use the shower in the morning. So when my Guru Maharaj came out, Guru Mata went in and locked the door. And Guru Maharaj at that point in time had not put the tilak on. So then, he was knocking on the door to say, Devi, come out because I'm naked. He said, Devi, come out because I'm naked. And he was wearing his dhoti kurtan and everything, but he said, I'm naked. So what he said is that, not wearing a tilak is being naked. Because this is the real dressing of a Vaishnava, is our tilak. So always wear our tilak. And in case, some danger happens, then the tilak protects us. So wear our tilak as much as possible. Yes?
Tilak,
Huh?
do you
Anusha? Anusha, what did you say?
do you wear tilak to your office meeting as well?
Do I wear? Just depends what type of meetings it is. If it is a very high profile, executive meeting, then I don't want to overdo it. You just have to adjust to time, place, and circumstance. Yeah, we should, but I'm not that gutsy. But you also have to be practical according to time, place, and circumstance. So in devotee cycles, in the weekends at the temple, wear our tilak. Going to Safeway, going on the aeroplane, wear our tilak. Going on holidays and all that, picnics, wear our tilak. Going to school, if you are gutsy, wear your tilak. If you are not so gutsy, then just wear a water tilak. Just get some water, put what this tilak sign represents. How many of you know what this tilak sign represents, by the way? What is
I know
that?
Tulsi. This is Tulsi.
This is
I don't
Tulsi
know.
leaf. What is this?
And the two legs of Krishna.
Yeah,
The
this is
two legs
Krishna's
of
feet. Vishnu's feet, that's a victory sign. And then the Tulsi Maharani at the feet of the Krishna. Yeah, so this is Krishna and Tulsi Maharani's association simultaneously. So in schools, put a water tilak like this and then put Tulsi Maharani. Just take some water and make it. Now that's time, place, and circumstance. Okay, so we digress.
Prabhuji, which verse are we on?
We are on verse. I had said don't ask me again, but somebody did ask. Even I don't know the answer now.
I
We are
think 17. 17, Prabhuji.
17. So what did we say? We said that Brahma is disturbed because the children are not very good that he is creating. Text number 17. The Samhita you want to read?
Okay.
Okay.
Lamprachapita Sri.
You can just read the English. That's fine for now. Samhita.
Okay, Brahma told Rudra, "O best among the demigods, there is no need for you to generate living entities of this nature. They have begun to devastate everything on all sides with the fairy flames from their eyes, and they have even attacked me."
No, they everyone attacked me. So the children of Rudra and the grandchildren of Rudra have gone and attacked Brahma, and they are creating fiery flames from all sides, and they are devastating everything. And Brahma said, "Stop, Rukja, stop. No more creation from you. As much as I'm pleased that you created, but hey, you are creating terrible progeny. Please stop. There is no need." Let's pause there. Hmm? Why do you raise your hand? Why, if you, it's a question that, okay, let's just see whether you know the answer or not. From, you don't know the answer from here, but you might know it from elsewhere. Why, raise your hand. Why do you think Rudra's creation is so terrible? Vedi.
I
Because
think
he's the because he was born for destruction,
Yes, he
like
was born.
creating destruction. So if he made progeny, they would also be doing the same.
Yeah, so he was born for very good. Shreya?
because it says that the Rudra created offspring that exactly resembled him in features, strength, and furious nature.
Yeah, but why were they in furious nature? So
Because
that's good.
because he was yeah, what were they? He said.
Yeah, whatever way they said. Good, Tanvik?
Prabhuji, the reason why Lord Rudra was creating terrible progeny is because he was he had sons who, because of his nature, because he is the god of destruction,
Yeah.
they also began being destructive like their father.
Very nice, very nice. Aviraj? Aviraj?
Shiva's sons and grandsons began destroying the universe because Shiva also had the nature of destroying.
Very
Because
good.
he was born when Brahma was angry.
Very good. Yeah, Brahma was angry. Very good. Additional point. Anya?
They were born from Brahma's anger.
Brahma's anger. That's why they were, like that. Okay, very good. All good answers. All right answers as well. So, those of you who have not answered and you've got your hand up, do you have anything else or the same point? If you have anything else,
in the mode of ignorance, Prabhuji.
they were in the mode. Don't know. Not sure they were in the mode of ignorance. Lord Shiva is not.
I think they were in the mode of passion.
No, no, not passion for sure, ignorance only. But see, Lord Shiva is not in the mode of ignorance. Lord Shiva represents, he's in charge of mode of ignorance. He is not in the mode of ignorance. Just know that as well, but we'll park that for now. So, Lord Shiva, so there is Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, Holy Trinity, yeah? Vishnu's purpose is what? Brahma's purpose is what? To create. Vishnu's purpose is to maintain, and Shiva's purpose is to destroy. That's why I was saying you have to answer it from elsewhere. So just remember this as well. Shiva, Brahma's purpose is to create. He is the Visarga. Vishnu's purpose is to maintain everything that has been created. And to destroy is Lord Shiva's purpose. Now, in our own life, so let's pause here, right? Let's just pause here for maybe 3 minutes. Just go deeper into this. In our own experiences, two things I want to say. Just remind me if I forget the second point. Let's just zoom into the first one now. In terms of when you do something, let's say, you do your, what do they call in schools when you go for interview? Your passion project. How many of you have done passion project? Yeah, like that kind of thing, passion projects, or you've done a project, or you have baked a cake, or you have done some homework, or learned some swimming or riding or whatever. There is three things now, no? Creation, maintenance, and destruction. What is easy out of the three? What is the easiest?
Destruction.
Destruction is easiest, yeah, no doubt, yeah. Now, out of the two, creation and maintenance, what is harder?
Creation.
Huh?
Maintenance.
Maintenance.
Maintenance, yeah. You may say sometimes creation is also harder, but generally speaking, maintenance is harder.
creation, because creation will take a lot of time.
Yeah, it does, but just depends. Sometimes, no, trust me, no, creating a friendship is easy. Maintaining a friendship, sometimes not so easy. Destroying a friendship, very easy. Creating, creating a nice, piece of essay, not so difficult. Destroying is very easy. Just shred it in a minute. But to maintain that essay in a nice book so that you can have it with you for a long time for the purpose of the exam, not so easy. I like that. Somebody wants to say something? Yes, Ria.
Most of the time it's harder to create a friendship than to maintain it.
As you grow, it might change. Yeah, true. At your age, probably true. At my age, maintenance takes a lot of time, because as you grow up, then the ego clashes start coming. Not so much of a problem in devotee cycles. Yeah, we are humble. No, in English, in maths, there are three signs. Yeah, equal to, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. And then there is less than and greater than. So five of them, yeah. Less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and greater than. So devotees are less than always. We always feel ourselves less than the other devotees. That's the most humble position to be. But if you can't, then at least feel we are less than or equal to. Worst is to the third stage is to feel we are equal to everybody, but never ever feel you are greater than or equal to anybody. That symbol in devotee cycle doesn't exist. So yeah, so in devotee cycle it's not so much a problem, but otherwise a lot of friendships break down as we grow because of a lot of ego clashes. So creation, maintenance, and destruction. So the difficult one out of the three is what? Maintenance. Let's say for now, just accept it even if you disagree, if you have another view. So Vishnu, who is Krishna, takes in charge of the most difficult aspect of the three, which is maintenance. So Vishnu is in charge of maintenance. Brahma is in charge of creation, which we are actually seeing now, which is happening. I'll come to you in a minute, Shreya. We are actually seeing that Brahma is creating. So that's his charge. And then Shiva's job is to destroy, which is the easiest part. But what is the problem? Now, Shreya, what's your question before I ask my question?
So the reason Rudra's sons were so dangerous is because they adopted to Shiva's Rudra's fiery nature. Is that right?
Yes, that is exactly right. They are destroying, they are creating progeny which is destructive in nature because Shiva's role is to destroy in nature. Now tell me, without judging anybody, who is more at fault, Rudra or Brahma, and why do you think so? Raise your hand. Who is more at fault at the moment, Rudra or Brahma, and why do you think so? Raise your hand. Anya?
Maybe Brahma, because I guess he's the one who created Rudra.
Maybe Brahma because he created Rudra. Okay, one answer. Nabhav or Dhruv?
Because he told Rudra to create.
So why is it here? So whose fault is it? Who is more at fault?
Brahma, because he told Rudra to create.
But what is the fault there? His whole job is to create. That's what Vishnu has asked him to do. So why is it his fault to ask?
You should have understood that Rudra is born from anger. So and anger means that he'll destruct everything. So his people who will come from him may also destruct. You should have understood that.
Okay, Anay?
Maybe because I think Brahma is at fault because I think actually not Brahma. I think nobody is at fault and it's just Leela.
In the Leela, who is at fault? Chaitanya?
I think Rudra is at fault because he's responsible for the actions.
Ronit?
I don't think any of them. I think four Kumaras, because if they had married, then none this wouldn't have happened.
Yes, possible. There's no right or wrong answer, by the way. Not that my answer is any better than you. I just want to expand your thinking. That's all I'm trying to do. What is knowledge? I'll come to Shreya and Pratham and Avik in a second. What is knowledge? I read it somewhere on a billboard yesterday. It said, I can't remember the exact, but it was very, very interesting. Somewhere on the billboard I saw yesterday when I was driving, it said that knowledge is not the memorization of the facts, but the training of the mind to analyze the situation. So knowledge is not just the memorization of the fact, but training of the mind. So when I'm asking you this question, who is at fault? And I said there is no right or wrong answer. I'm just training your mind to think outside the box, yeah? By putting that in a real life situation. Shreya?
So I think Rudra is at fault because he created unlimited progeny and he should have just gone slow.
Oh, gone is slow, but even if one person was ferocious, he would have been equally
But then
important.
that's better than unlimited people being ferocious and
Yeah,
like
better than, yeah, true,
murdering
better.
everyone.
Yeah, true, true. One is better than so many, but even one could be one Hiranyakashipu could be equally dangerous compared to so many little tiny miny
Yeah,
Hiranyakashipus. Yeah,
but
true.
100 Hiranyakashipus is way worse
Yeah,
than one.
yeah, true. I agree. I completely agree with that, Pratham.
No, but
Well,
we
I
have
think
lesson.
I think it was Brahma's fault because he did not give clear instructions to.
I like Pratham's thinking. At least he's thinking different now. He's saying, and this is what I said. I want you to open up your mind. He said these words. He did not give very clear instructions. And again, there's no right or wrong answer. But see how he's thinking differently now. His mind is expanding. Brahma could have been more clear with Rudras to say, yeah, create, Baba, but be mindful. Yeah, don't create people who are going to. No, this is Lord Vishnu's order to me. I am giving this order to you. Can you please go and create and be more clarity, in his thinking and instructing? That could have been one thing. So if we go from that angle, then Brahma is at fault.
It
Shreya?
mostly is Brahma's fault because Brahma had to give clear instructions, not like saying create progeny like and then
That is
Shiva
US.
thought,
Yeah,
okay, I
okay.
can create like a progeny that could destroy the universe because
Yeah,
he was destroying he is the
okay.
person who destroys the universe.
Yeah,
So it's better it was mostly Brahma's fault because
okay.
because
Avyakt?
he didn't give
Yes,
the
Tanvi, I got your point. I got your point. Avyakt?
Roji, I think Brahma is at fault since he told Rudra to create, but Rudra's main aim is to destruct.
Very good. Very good.
And
That's an incremental point. Yes, very good. I'll come to Avyakt's point. Shreya, last one, and then I want to finish this section
Also,
today.
it said
Yeah.
that they only attempted to devour the entire universe when they assembled together. So
Mhm.
on their own, they didn't.
Yeah. Okay. So now this is little bit of lead. Just so listen for 2 minutes now. Yeah, please. You had your chance to speak. This just listen for this. When you grow, even in your school, you may be whatever they call it. The room prefect or whatever they call this. I don't know, the room leader or whatever. You might be the leader in your drama at the temple, leader in the singing. You might be the leader in the school. Tomorrow you will go and become managers in the office. Who knows, one of you might be the temple president of Melbourne Temple, no, in Melbourne Temple president in 10, 15 years time. Who knows? You might be the CEO, CFO of your office, wherever you go, as you grow in your leadership and management roles. Remember this point that Bhagavatam teaches us, that when you are allocating and delegating, when you are allocating and delegating responsibilities to your staff or to your juniors or to your subordinates, you have you have to understand the mindset and disposition and character and nature of the person, and then give them the task accordingly. I'll repeat all that. When you are allocating and delegating responsibilities, you have to give responsibilities according to the nature of the person. Here, what Brahma has done, Brahma has asked somebody who is an expert in destroying to create. You see the mismatch? It's like in your case, some of you might be, let's say, good in dancing. And then I come and tell you to go and give a Saturday feast class. It's like, Prabhu, I can dance, but I can't give a Saturday feast class. Or some of you might be really good in Sanskrit, let's say Anusha, and I ask her to go and do something else. It's like Out of respect, she might say yes, but it's not in her nature to do it. I can talk from my own example. I like to talk in public. I'm not public shy, but I'm not good at, doing arti in the temple altar. I'm not good at cooking in the kitchen. So if, let's say my senior, Jagannath Prabhu asked me to do arti at the temple or cook, it's not in my nature to do that very nicely. I will probably make a khichdi that will be very sweet and make a halwa that will be really salty. I'm the only thing I know how to cook is to boil water. So you have to give me tasks that I will enjoy and I'm also good at. But if he asks me to give Bhagavatam lecture, go and preach somewhere, then I'm confident. It's like it's in me, I won't make a fool of myself. So when again, when you are asked to do, you'll see this at home, when your parents are asking you to do things, they will ask you to do things that's according to your nature, and you should learn to do. Of course, it's good to learn little of everything, no doubt. But we cannot just all of a sudden bombard somebody to do something who is not good at it. For example, again, let's say Tanvi, or let's say Anay, let's say Anay is good at playing cricket, and tomorrow I ask him to go and play rugby. It's like, what is rugby? Or I ask him to play, go and play American gridiron. Like, I don't even know what American gridiron is, like that, or baseball. So we may be good at one thing, but not good at the other. So we have to choose according to our nature. So Brahma has made kind of a mistake by giving Rudra, who is an expert in destroying, to create good progeny. It was not possible, and that's why Brahma has now asked him to stop, because he's realized by mistake that he has asked the wrong person to do the wrong thing. Okay, but how does Brahma control the situation? Let's just see next two verses and we'll stop. Text number, what am I supposed to read? Anya, can you read whatever text we are supposed to be on?
18.
Text number 19.
18, I think. 18. 18, yeah, I'm pretty sure. 18. Anya,
Where's the text?
where's the text? Oh, it's like you have to go to, just, Zarna Mataji will help you next time. You have to go to Vedaways, and then just, all the books are there. Pratham, can you read in the interest of time? Anya, I'll ask you to read next week. Pratham?
My dear son, you had better situate yourself in penance, which is auspicious for all living entities and which will bring all benedictions upon you. By penance only shall you be able to create the universe as it was before.
Pratham, what did Brahma tell Rudra in your own words? What's the essence of that verse? What did he say?
Situate yourself in penance.
Situate yourself in, very good boy. Situate yourself in penance. So again, I just said before that if we are not good at something and we are given that to do, we may not do the best out of it. But what's the solution? Penance, austerity. In English, we say practice makes one perfect. Actually, it never makes us perfect, to be honest. It's an idiom that it's not true, but no, the Westerners say it, so we learn it. Practice makes us perfect. That is not true. It's never possible to be perfect. But what we can say from a spiritual point of view, that practice makes us better. That is much more realistic. Practice makes us better. Yeah. So here, Brahma is telling Rudra, you are the wrong person for progeny, but go and situate yourself in penance, matlab practice, and you may become better or even perfect. So if I'm not a cricketer, in my own example, again, now you can have your own examples. I'm not good at pujari worship, doing deity worship. But if I train myself, I might become better at it. Like, for example, another realization I have had, I've never, taught to kids. I've always given Bhagavatam lectures and Bhakti lectures and all those things, but I've never taught to anybody like you. And I'm not the best, I know that, but I'm learning as I'm going. And to be honest, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I mean, I'm just thoroughly enjoying being all you do. So I'm enjoying this session more than my other sessions of preaching, to my family members or temple Bhagavatam classes and all that. Why? Because you are also good. You are so regular. You are so all good, and you are also participated. That's the part that I enjoy the most. You all just open up your mind and say whatever you think without thinking of too many, restrictions. So I'm thoroughly enjoying it. So thank you for coming every week. It gives me joy to see your smiley faces. So, so Brahma has told them to. I'll come to questions because I want to finish two more verses. So hold on your questions. Don't forget them. Brahma is telling Rudra to go and practice penance, austerity, tapasya, bhakti, and then you may be able to create. I want to read two more verses and then we'll take questions. 19.
Prabhuji, I have
Yes.
to go.
Yeah. If you have to go, just go, Anusha. Fine. Read Vedi, Gorangi Radha, read 19 and 20 together.
Text number 90, translation. By penance only can one even approach the personality of Godhead, who is within the heart of every living entity.
Acha, no, maybe just stop. Yeah, so go on. Yeah, go on. Just read 19 only, yeah.
And at the same time beyond the reach of all senses.
So by penance only even one can approach this. So he's saying only by penance we can approach Krishna. So for you to be wanting to create, you have to do penance. So the good part about Rudra was what? What was the good part about Rudra? Hands up. Oh, just speak out. What is the good thing about Rudra?
He was very kind.
He was willing to do anything his father requested.
He was very subservient to his father.
respectful.
Yes, as Shreya said, he was willing to do it, although it was not in his ability. So that's the
He was
good thing about Rudra. He followed the instructions of his father submissively, subserviently. But although he was not capable, the bad thing about Rudra was that he was doing a job that he was not capable of doing. So Brahma said, go and do practice, tapasya, bhakti, and then you will be okay. I want Aradhya to read the last verse for today, 20.
Yes, Prabhuji.
20, Aradhya.
Yes, Prabhuji. Maitreya said, thus Rudra, having been ordered by Brahma, circumambulated his father, the master of the Vedas. Addressing him with the words of assent, he entered the forest to perform austere penances.
Okay, so Rudra has now left the camera. The camera is focusing away from Rudra. Rudra, after circumambulating his father, again we see he's very respectful to his father, right? Circumambulating. But Rudra didn't say, how the heck do you tell me to stop progeny? You told me before. How dare you stop me now? These are my children and my grandchildren. Let them live the way they want to live. Don't stop me now. Too late, dead. Too late, so sad. Rudra is not talking like that. Rudra said create, Brahma said create, Rudra created. Brahma said stop, Rudra stopped. Brahma said Rudra go and do austerity, Rudra went and did austerity. So you see Rudra's mood, very, very, very subservient. Yeah, just whatever. Papa कहते हैं बड़ा नाम करेगा. Like father, like son. Brahma says this, Rudra says this. So this is the good things to learn from Rudra. And there's a bad thing to learn from Rudra is not to do things that we may not be capable of, but we can try to practice to endeavor, but don't make a mockery of itself. Yeah. So I'll quickly recap in 2 minutes and then I'll pause. So the chapter started with Visarga, which is creation of Brahma. Brahma firstly created the five Ajnana Viltis, which was the ignorance. Then to counteract that, remember this point, Brahma created the four Kumaras, which were knowledge personified, and Brahma asked the knowledge personified four Kumaras to create. The four Kumaras disrespected their father to say, no, getting married is not our cup of tea. We want to remain brahmachari, Nastika brahmacharis, and then didn't create. When Brahma had created ignorance, one step back, Brahma was displeased. When Brahma created four Kumaras and four Kumaras did not progenate, Brahma was felt disrespected. Then Brahma created out of his anger for the four Kumaras, Rudra was born. When Brahma created Rudras, he gave them 11 names, 11 places, 11 wives. Something else or 3? 11 places, 11 names, 11 wives.
11 names, 11 Rudras, 11 wives, and 11 shlokas.
Okay.
And
No.
it's also mentioned in the 11th verse.
Yeah, it was also, forget the 11 best part. No, just 3 things. So 11 Rudras, 11 wives, 11 places to reside. And then Lord Shiva said to Rudra, now please go and progenate. And
11 names.
And Rudra created unlimited progeny, and then he also had progeny of his progeny, grandchildren, and they were all very destructive in nature. And Brahma said, Baba, stop. This is not what I expected from you. Please stop. And Rudra stopped, and all these children were destructive. Why? Because Brahma gave the wrong job to the wrong person. And then Brahma said, if you want to redo this job of creation, you go and do austerity. Shiva said, no problems at all, Daddy. Shiva circumventing his father, left for the forest to meditate, and then we stop there. Now we'll see Brahma's focus is what? To create progeny. What will he do now to create progeny? That we will see next week. I'll take some questions very, very quickly and then we'll have some fun. Quickly, questions. Ronit, questions only? No comments, just questions.
Prabhuji, I'm confused because it's in the verse it said, Brahma tried to curb his anger, but it came out of his eyebrows as a child of blue and red. Then how does he have 11 wives and how did he get children so quickly? At the age of like 9 or 10 maybe.
No, he didn't get, no. So Bhagavatam is not in a chronological way. Now the children would have grown up and then, got married and all that. So Bhagavatam doesn't mention all the details like that. Like I can say, that Ronit is the son of Reena Mataji, right? Your mom's name? Yeah. So Ronit is the son of Reena Mataji. And then, at the age of 5, he started going to school, and now he's, 10 years old, like that. So I can quickly tell you 10, 12 years of life story in no time. 7 years, whatever. So, okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Questions? Any questions? No?
Prabhuji, I have a question.
Yes.
It's Shiva's sons and grandsons, the grandsons and great grandsons of Lord Brahma.
Yes.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Prabhuji, I have a question.
Yes.
Prabhuji, that Shiva has gone to do penance. But in the meantime, all of his sons and grandsons, they may have already been destroying the world for so long. So what will Brahma do?
I don't know. I had the same question. Gaurangi, when I was reading this on my own. That what Shiva has stopped. What about the children and the grandchildren? I had exactly the same question. I don't know the answer. Bhagavatam doesn't give the answer at this point in time.
Maybe
Right?
Brahma put them in jail.
Brahma will put them in the jail, or maybe in self-quarantine, 14 days quarantine because of COVID, that's one option. COVID detention quarantine center, Aradhya. I don't know the answer, Gaurangi, short answer. I don't know the answer.
Prabhuji, I
Aradhya?
have a question.
Yes.
So like, Brahma created, like, he created the 4 Kumaras.
Yeah.
So basically, the Kumaras are his sons. But then he became angry because the Kumaras disrespected him.
Yes.
So then he got angry and he suppressed that anger, and from there Rudra came, right?
Correct.
So like they appeared as children form, like
Yeah.
basically, like did Brahma like on purpose create the Rudras from his anger, or it just happened? Like
Brahma, yeah, good question. And that's the last question I'll take, because I want to stop. You used the word suppressed his anger. That's a pretty good word to use, My goodness, you guys have got such a good English to be, suppressed his anger. Last week I learned gloom, gloom, remember? Was it gloom only? I was supposed to learn the word gloom.
Glum.
Glum. See, I forgot. Glum.
Word.
So suppressed
Glum
is
is
another.
not even a word.
Suppressed is another. Okay, so we did Brahma create it purposefully? Brahma is, see, just picturize yourself in this situation. You are trying to create something. You are trying to draw an apple tree. You're drawing on a piece of paper. There is so much thought process going on to it, But accidentally you might forget to put apples on the tree, Or you might end up putting something that looks like pear, where you were supposed to put apples. So when we are creating something, there's so many things going on. You're baking a cake, and rather than putting 1 pinch of whatever sugar, you end up not putting any sugar at all. You just kind of forget. So creation involves all those things. You are doing things, and then you are making a mess, and then you organize yourself and recover. So Brahma is going through the same phenomenon at the moment. He's trying to create, and is desperate to create, but it seems to be not working out for him. And of course, he'll make mistakes. When you are eating breakfast, I saw Yatin eating breakfast. So when you eat breakfast, sometimes the milk spills on the table. Did you mean to spill the milk on the table? Not really, but it just spilled. Yeah. So then, of course, you wipe it up, and next time you're trying to be more careful. So just picturize yourself as mini Brahmas now, and you're trying to create, and there is little mistakes being made. But we'll see at the end of the chapter how Brahma brings it all together if he's able to bring the. We have got full support from Brahma, haven't we? I'm feeling sorry for him. This poor guy. He's trying to do a seva for Krishna, and he's not being successful. If anything, he's unsuccessful, and he's facing so many challenges in his life. We face challenges in our life. So how will he circumvent the problems in his life? How will he, not circumvent, how will he overcome the problems in his life? We'll see if he's successful or not, and then we'll learn real life lessons. I'm going to stop here because I don't like going over time, but I have gone over time, sorry. But I'll stop here. So I'll stop here. Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, all of you ki jai. But please stay back because I've got a lot of trivia question. Today I googled it.